Hello and welcome to the Red Generation, session 5 of season 2. In case you can't all tell by our tone, session 4 was a pretty major one I would recommend watching. It is live, it should be up there, I think it's on the YouTube channel. I would highly recommend watching it.
Don't watch this session until you've seen
Do not watch this session until you watch it.
Like
Mandatory.
immediately spoilers right off the bat after we introduce
Yeah,
ourselves.
so we'll do
as we introduce
we'll do
ourselves.
spoilers and there will be
Oh yeah.
spoilers and then there'll be a recap. But there's the spoilers with the recap. So again, I would recommend watching episode 5 or 4 first. As our recap, short version, last session, Monk died.
Monk did it.
He did
He
it.
did it.
He did it.
And that's the recap. Now we'll go ahead and let the players introduce themselves.
Hey, I'm Sammy. I play Herbie.
Hey, I'm Cam. I play Almar.
Hey, I'm Sam.
Hi, I'm Emma. I play Charlie.
Hey, I'm Caleb. I play Leon.
And I'm Julian and I play everyone else. During this session, you may seem a lower tone. That's fine. You may see me being a little bit more distracted. That's also fine.
You may hear a lot of crying.
That's
me.
also fine.
I might need to step out every now and then.
That's also fine. But yeah, let's just
Probably.
jump into it.
Oh god.
So, starting this session, I switched to the proper scene. I should have done a button check. I'm a little off my game already. Button check?
Where's Monk?
Oh.
Shut the fuck up.
You're not enabled.
Too soon.
Not
even enabled.
enabled.
You know what? I'm really glad you unenabled him though, because like if he just pops the fuck up, I don't.
Imagine it was
Haunted.
Red Monk that popped up.
Take yourselves off. That's up Charlie. Charlie should say.
Hi, I'm Charlie.
Sure should are.
So, Charlie! You're gonna ignore your sad tone for a second because you actually have something pretty interesting going on. You see, due to your conversation with Uta, you learned that there is the School of Peace, not far from actually where you are, nearly one district away in Asagi. The School of Peace is seemingly attended by many of the Silverhand recruits, and although you're not really in a position to join per se, as you're not a recruit nor do you have a sponsor, it's nice to check it out. You know they usually have a service very early in the morning, so you got up very early in the morning to go check it out.
Hell yeah.
So as you arrive at the service, you check in, you do a few things, you listen to the service. It's nice, but the reason I'm not going over it is quickly not going to stick in your mind. And there is a small cleric comes up to you. You see that they have a black eye on the left side of their face. And they say, Charlie is Sprucenip, right?
Yes, that's me. Can I help you?
I have some people that want to see you.
Oh.
If you can follow me.
Lead the way.
And you see that over time you start leaving this. First, you're kind of like in a large courtyard. Then you see a few of the battlegrounds that are present in Isagi. Then you see like a few buildings. And eventually you start reaching what looks to be kind of like a large med tent. Kind of something that you may see on a veil thrown together. And you see that you're being brought directly to that. The cleric turns back and says, your party will explain the situation. You open the med tent and you see three of your party members laying down in medical beds. One of them with dark red circles around their eyes. Another with, I believe, you're partially blind. You're partially deaf. One of them with a very wrapped up ear, and one of them who you just know can't drink.
Nothing physically immediately apparent.
Who's closest to me?
Based on the bed orientation we described last time, I believe
was on the far
you were in the far end,
You were
in the
between us.
middle, so the closest would be Leon. Leon, you had recently returned from delivering your message.
What? So you're just like sitting on the bed?
Yeah, I'm lying back on the bed.
You're lying on.
He's clearly up and thinking.
Charlie stalks forward rapidly, What, Leon? What are you guys doing here? What happened?
You're gonna want to sit down.
Charlie takes a seat next to you on the bed.
He like sits up a little bit, leans forward, kind of turns on the bed to face you better. Well, there's no good way of saying this, so I'll come right on and say it. We lost Monk. He's gone.
What do you mean?
Early, middle of the night, Herbie sensed something from his amulets and went out to pursue it. We noticed that you were gone and Monk was gone, so the two of us went to join him. As we followed the path, we found our way to Monk, or at least it appeared to be Monk. It was all red, lying in a cocoon. As far as we understand now, it seems that his body had been possessed by something, overtaken. We fought best we could, but it was too much. He killed us. And as far as we are informed, his soul's gone.
Sorry, I know about that right now. I realize you're about to make it. I can beat myself. What the fuck is happening?
What do you mean? How can a soul just be gone?
I really wish I knew.
So Monk did this to you guys?
Not him. Someone in his skin, not him. It's been a long night.
I'm sure it was.
He's gonna like lean over and like try to hug you.
Charlie will lean back and
I've already taken the liberty of alerting the wardens that something has happened. I believe that one of them will meet with me tomorrow morning. I'd like to discuss funeral arrangements with them.
of course. I just don't understand.
Leon's gonna like look over to you two to see if you have anything you want to add for Charlie.
He said it had to have been going on for a while. That it's something that affects your will, and over time takes over your soul.
So he was possessed and none of us noticed.
All of those examinations I did. Nothing ever seemed to come up. I guess it makes sense now.
The mirror did.
I think we're just each individually sitting and processing.
Yep. After some time passes, you guys essentially get discharged. You're handed a holy water kind of mixture prepared by some of the clerics of Solus. Something that you've grown a little bit used to having to apply first to your spine and now to your eyes. It'll cause it to become repaired in time. Hence the limited nature of all your ailments. It'll take a little bit, and it's not the most pleasant feeling, but it'll get better. And unless there's anything else that anyone wants to do today, we're just going to cut to you guys being back at the inn, and then we'll do our thing with Abby.
I wanted a small moment with Herbie.
Sure.
It's like the two of us.
I would say at this point you're probably either back at the inn or approaching the inn.
Herbie.
Mm-hmm.
Man's gonna like put his hand on your shoulder. He's gonna bring you in with a little embrace. Look, I don't know what happened after I went down, but I feel that it's important to know that you did your best.
And it still wasn't good enough.
Don't think like that. What Monk was afflicted with, it was beyond what any of us were ready to handle at that time. It was a special case, Herbie. I entrusted you with dealing with it because I believe that you are capable and you are strong, and I still believe that. You understand?
He nods. I'll try to believe that too.
Do try, Herbie.
Alright. And now we are going to cut to the next day. All of you have had brief conversations with each other probably at some point, but there's just been a lot of thinking, so much thinking. Early in the next day, you all are greeted with a knock at the door of the inn. I need to throw you guys back in.
Door's unlocked. Come in.
The door slightly cracks open and a little bit of smoke announces his arrival even before he does. You sent the word for me, and Abby stands in the door frame. Door only slightly ajar.
Yes, Abby, right?
Yes, or obsidian, whatever your preference is.
Obsidian, sure.
You're Leon, correct? If he opened the door for more.
Yes. I hate to be the one to tell you this, but I feel that someone must. We've recently been entangled in a conflict, and as a result of it, Monk is, well, for lack of better terms, dead.
Oh. You see him kind of hold himself up on the door frame.
I'll like grab a chair for him.
Thank you. He now walks a little bit more in the room, still not being far from the door, but sitting down on a small stool in the room. I see.
If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask.
You see him just kind of like looking, kind of like passing over all of you, eyes changing with expression. Obviously, you could tell I'm thinking many, many things, but many of you are also frazzled in mind right now. So I do want all of you to roll an insight.
That's a 15.
You may use your floor, your passive as a floor.
17.
14.
11 then.
12.
Through the passing emotions, all of you can, or you two can easily tell that it's just a lot of different emotions. But the one that sticks out to Herbie and Herbie, you rolled a 12, you said? Jet Alvar then. Is an occasional look of this anger. It's the one that sticks out to you as he's passing over. You could tell that he seems mad. Of course, that is one of the emotions he's feeling, but that's the one that sticks out to you. I take it was recent then.
Yesterday in the middle of the night. Sent out for you as soon as I was resurrected.
So you fell in battle with him?
Leon points to these two. Yes, those of us who were there died from the conflict.
Okay. How... Why? Have you been in a party before?
Not before this one.
You see him kind of like try to steal himself with your higher insights. You can see that it seems much more of a struggle to him. However, with your like, lower insights, you kind of see that anger and everything kind of just like fade away. As he seems to get a lot more composed, pretty much out of nowhere. Well, then I am very sorry. This must be new to at least some of you. And you're all so young. In our line of work, adventuring, competing, partying, whatever you wish to call it. It is a very dangerous work. Man. I feel it important to acknowledge that in this dangerous work, sometimes bad things happen. And it is very tempting in those moments, whether you're right there or you merely hear of it a camp away, that you do not hold blame to yourself. It's very, very tempting in our line of work to hold blame. To feel like you should have done more. But you have to know that it's not your fault. And without that, you'll never heal. It's not what you would want. So, hold on to that. And that other client, based on those insights, he played it off well to you. However, the reveal was more how you guys saw it.
Yeah.
Was it no, the wounds don't need to be opened so soon. I don't have many questions. I can inform my group on your behalf.
Very well. I will be arranging a funeral service for him. I think he would have very much liked for you to be in attendance.
He goes back to sitting. We When will it be? Do you have a plan?
I have a plan. I intend for it to be within the next few days. I don't wish to rush you or ourselves,
Of course not.
but I can keep you informed on the process. Obsidian.
Robbie
No.
is fine.
I'll be.
I will attend. But my party may not. As far as they knew, the man had passed a long time ago. They have held their funeral, they have held their grief. They need not hear it again.
Very well, Bobby. I will be in touch. Leon like taps his head.
Very well. I will say, Abby is going to roll. Are any of you wearing a certain facial expression right now? And if you think you would be but are trying to hide it or act more stoic, I'm going to have you roll deception.
How's Herbie looking right now?
I'm thinking he's probably pretty deadpan. Probably not much showing.
What about Alvar?
He's upset. He's trying to hold it together. But he's upset.
Charlie did cry a little during the speech.
Yeah. And I'd say Leon is not emotionless, but definitely composed.
Charlie might have been emoting the most.
Maybe so.
You see Abby kind of like scanning the area. His eyes do linger on Charlie for a little bit longer. Very well. Is there anything else you need in this moment? Any help you can have?
I feel as though it should be the other way around. Is there any consolation we can offer you?
Consolation. Here's a friend, yes, that healed your party member. I'm sure it hurt. I speak as not as merely a friend among, but as someone who, perhaps one of the few dozens of people on this planet can relate to. I know this gig, and I know the pain of loss. I've been through it, and if I can help you, that's what I want. That will make me feel better.
Leon looks to everyone else.
Elmer doesn't really say anything. I was just looking at the ground.
With your higher insight, you do see him look at Charlie for a little bit longer before passing by.
No, Charlie will say something.
Right?
We traveled together for a period, but he always spoke very highly of you. You were very important to him.
Thank you for telling me. My inn is not far from here. It's a frequent stop we stayed above the honey drop. If you ever wish to visit, my door will be open. We can with your high passive perception, you see that they leave. The door does close. It does close with a little bit heavier of a thud. And you hear almost like deep like tears and coughs in the distance. You're the only one that hears this because you're the only one that has a passive perception. But actually, you have a pretty high passive perception.
15.
Both of you do hear this, which is able to break the illusion of stoicism before. As you previously thought that there were a lot more stoics than they now you can hear. And that's the obsidian.
Never does get easier.
As the air lingers for a second, I will ask, do you want to continue on this scene or do you want to move forward in time to something else?
I think Alvar is going to sort of mechanically go over to Monk's bed and slowly put his stuff away.
Charlie's gonna walk over and just look at his stuff. What sort of stuff is?
There's not much. He's got his camping stuff in a bag, which he hasn't used for a few days now. Spare cloak, which he had traded for his moss robe. Some candles, some spare pages and ink.
Charlie's gonna open his pack and start pulling stuff out. Is there anything of sentimental value inside?
There's some spices. There's a King Burger crown. Monk's personal affectation was his book.
It's lost. Charlie will sigh and help Alvar put stuff away.
His face hasn't really changed, but you can see his hands are visibly shaking as he's putting everything away.
Charlie will hold on to the cloak.
I think while they're doing this, Slim will quickly slip away to fire off the arrow. Just get a head start on the funeral preparations.
All you see is Leon go outside. You do see some of the woods on the floor being a little warped in small footprints. But eventually you do reach outside, you aim to the sky as you draw your bow and shoot it.
With True Strike.
With True Strike.
Not regular.
With True Strike. After you see the arrow fly off high into the sky, and it splits off into 3 separate branches. The arrows then fall off in different places far beyond your sight. Nothing immediately happens, but you assume something will happen eventually.
And it'll come as it's meant to come. Then we'll go back inside.
Okay? You do so. And the group just kind of sits, does their basic task to clean up. We are going to cut a little bit in the future, unless anyone wants to do anything on this scene.
I do want to ask Leon something before the funeral.
Alright, don't worry, we're going to do things before the funeral. I just wanted to ask specifically this scene. Alright? In that case, we're going to cut to around a day later. Most of that last day was cleaning up a lot of monk stuff. Some of the more necessary things, even if they're not very nice, such as like getting Monk's name off the inn you're staying in, cleaning up his bed, doing all sorts of things.
The Loot and Trials Registry.
Yeah, he's all blue as well. Just a lot of things that are needed, but just not there. And we cut to a day later. Leon, you find yourself looking kind of at the sky, kind of waiting for the response from this arrow when Charlie comes up to you to speak.
About the funeral.
Oh.
Are we planning on keeping the true nature of monk stuff from Avi?
I had told him that Monk's passing was, I believe I said, death in lack of better terms. He didn't seem to question it. It's hard to say. I guess my one thought with it is that, well, it's a bit of a gruesome detail that I'm not certain he needs.
Charlie nods.
If he asked, I wouldn't keep it away from him, but did you hear him outside the hall after he left?
No.
He put on a brave face, but everyone grieves.
Of course.
And you, Charlie?
Of course I grieve.
Yeah. I've seen quite a lot of it in my time. Sent a lot of people off, even back as a cleric of Solus. What I did say yesterday, it never gets easier. It really never does. But Monk is far from the first loved one I've had to say goodbye to. I will miss him. Just wish I could have done more for him, you know?
Yeah, I do.
I think it goes without saying, but that stuff I talked to you about, it will go on hold. The religious business. Right now I'm awaiting a sign back from them all, a spot that we can hold a funeral for Monk at.
Charlie nods.
I know it's not quite a real send-off, but I couldn't think of anything better to do for him.
If you can't have an afterlife, you should at least get a funeral.
My thoughts exactly.
If you're sitting at the window, Charlie will just sit with you for a little bit.
It'll come when it'll come. I'd much rather check on the other two. They're hurt as well.
If you get up to go, Charlie will sit at the window still.
Leona will get up and just like go to comfort whichever one of them is closest.
Is that something you'd like to play out?
No.
Then,
Being present.
after a little bit of time of comforting, being present and slowly trying to not make things normal, but just comfort and chat through things. You see outside the front window 3 arrows crashing back down. You do feel a slight coolness in the air as you do know that whatever message you sent for should not be received.
I think it's time.
You go out front to collect whatever happened from the arrows, and that's what I had planned. At the bottom are where those arrows were are 3 small rabbits, each with a small puncture wound, but seemingly no blood and no extreme signs of death beside the wound. The 3 rabbits are the same 3 ethereal bunnies that you sent off from the mouth from before. As you reach down and hold one of the bunnies, you can briefly understand the idea they're trying to communicate to you. Out of the 3 bunnies, 2 of them look seemingly identical, while one of them appears to have slightly disturbed fur and another wound, seemingly given by a different blade of some kind. As you hold each of the bunnies, you receive different information. Which one would you like to hold first?
The one with the extra wound.
As you hold the one with the extra wound, you feel a coolness and confusion from the rabbit. As it searched out towards... I have to pull up my map for a second. As it searched off towards Yanta. Yanta being the district dedicated strictly to Solus. It feels lost and confused as during its day and a half on this mortal plane, it only did not get much information, but got more lost ever since its creation. As for its injury, it looked as if something occurred to it while in Yanta, something that the Snow Bunny did not really understand. As soon as you finish gaining this understanding, pretty much in full, you could always ask for more details. The rabbit fades away into nothing.
I'll like quickly write down what he learned from the rabbit. Notes to himself that this is probably not a great spot for Monk currently. We'll pick the first of the identical bunnies.
Right? You pick up one of them. The bunny reveals that it had been to Valornia. You see that also known as the docks.
Yep.
The bunny seems skittish, almost like it's been on the hunt even longer than you took your arrow and shot it. It seems skittish, confused, and overall worried, even though no physical injury is brought to it. It always felt like prying eyes were watching it. The bunny basically said that they felt somewhat calm in the area that they were searching in outside of the time they felt hunted. It's always very polarizing, one or the other.
could be a prospect. Write that information down as well, and then go for the third bunny.
Finally, the third bunny looked at the lower ranks of Moring, not actually going very far from here. Moring Loon. And it was kind of looking toward the city's lesser established taverns, going through and saying that it basically felt a lot of camaraderie here and a lot of joy in life. One of the things that the bunny looked at for a very long time was a seemingly abandoned tavern with still some of its functionality but without any proper ownership.
Fitting. He did like the taverns around there. Seems like it wouldn't get too much pushback. Leon writes down this information. He nods to himself, thinking that that would be the best place to start.
Alright. Well, you have that information. You can choose when you use it.
I'll just come back up to the room and say, I think there might be a good spot in Mooring Loon. I'm going to check it out. Would anyone care to come with?
I'll come with. Charlie says softly. She'll get up and follow you.
We'll stay with Herbie.
Very well.
You guys head out to the part of Mooring Loon. Since you're already in Mooring, it does not take you much time. As you arrive in a long stretch of flattened pathway, the river moving alongside it, with a few kind of beams of sun shooting from the upper side, kind of illuminating some of the pathways. In front of you is a decently small tavern, seemingly abandoned and lost to time. And this is the place that the bunny felt had a small aura of peace around it, in some regards.
More of peace, you say?
It's the aura it felt peaceful in.
Okay. Yeah. We arrive at the spot, and it says, this is it.
Abandoned tavern. We'll have to bring our own
I
drinks.
can almost imagine it's Miller time. Not a glamorous spot, but one with privacy, with openness, and as I recall, I believe Monk did like the taverns around here back in his college days.
We wouldn't know.
Might just need a little cleaning up, but I think this spot will do.
Let's go clean it up then. Charlie will start heading inside.
The door is slightly jammed, but it doesn't take much strength to actually open it. In front of you is it's a tavern. Appears to be pretty square-like, going pretty far back. However, it's interesting and it's quite long, leading from one kind of walkway of Loon to another walkway of Loon on the other side. The other side, it seems to be what would have been in the past is a more patio area alongside the river. However, now being overgrown and everything, it's more like in kind of an outdoor patch of grass and overgrown grove. The little that can grow in this darkened part of the city. Leading it to be, if there was a body, a spot for a burial.
Yep.
Besides that, the tavern is old, run down, but decently nice. I take it you guys are cleaning it?
Yep.
Alright. I'm gonna ask for no buttons for a second so I can set things up. Where the fuck is it? There it is. Boop. Boop. Perhaps it's the bunny Serenity came from the tavern's name. It's a sign loosely hung on the wall still. Looks like it was hand painted by someone, but has grown old with time and neglect. Is called the Red Rabbit. I will say you two being here can roll history.
30-20.
The dirty 20 comes in clutch as you recall brief conversations upon entering the city that Monk actually claimed that this is a tavern that he would visit often with the wardens.
Makes sense for Charlie not to know. I feel.
Plus, ours should be dead.
Yep.
Thank you. But you guys clean it up and make it a little bit nicer. Throwing out chairs or putting to the side chairs that are long since broken and keeping a few that are still operational. You end up creating a very mock setup. Interesting enough, while you are in the tavern, you accidentally do bump one of the spouts to see that it's still operational and is spouting out what seems to be like ale. You pause for a second, knowing that ale doesn't typically go bad, but it can get a little frosty at the top. The top of the barrel is currently closed, as you cannot get a good look in it.
What do you mean frosty?
I think you meant frothy.
Frothy, yeah.
We can keep these installed.
And you prepare a abandoned but remembered funeral spot. Is there anything anyone wants to do prior to the funeral?
I think like Leon, upon realizing what the place is called, he'd like take the sign down and he'd be like, I'll be damned, Charlie, this is the Red Rabbit.
Is that a famous tavern?
It was a famous one in Monk's recollections of tavern going. We talked about it often. Said he would go here with the wardens a lot.
I guess I wasn't paying attention.
You weren't really always there for the tavern stories. Yes, this is a nice tribute, I think.
Should we fix up the sign?
And give it a little polish.
With a few custom endings, and if any of you had any tool you deem relevant, you can fix up the sign in good regard.
I just have ending.
The sign looks alright. And more time passes. I will say, unless you guys stayed there for a very long time, I would say at some point, unless you guys refuse, you'd probably go and help with the tavern, and this would be a long thing.
Yeah. I think Leon would probably cast sending on you, Alvar, to be like, you found the spot, we're fixing it up, currently in the process of maintaining it.
Then yeah, tell her being get him and Snickers over there.
You guys do arrive at this abandoned tavern. At this point, it is a little bit nicer. A small casting of light, and I believe you have light.
I specifically don't have light.
Oh shit. You have light?
Because that's
You have cantrip.
it's a soul spell.
The
A
closest thing I have is Druidcraft.
small light
Can you
pours in
fireplay?
through the back and front windows. As you see a few fixtures installed on the side, seemingly never really hooked up. Without any of you having proper knowledge of electronics, it would be foolish to try to hook them up. And as such, you are relying mainly on daylight and a few old torches that are installed.
I can light the torches.
So you can do.
Yeah.
I can use Fireplay to constantly make them a little bit brighter.
It provides a ambient coloring as well as a few what's it called, crackles is being heard.
So, what do you two think?
About?
What the spot do?
It's an old tavern.
One that Monk frequented.
Then I say it's as good a spot as any.
Okay.
Are
I think it's a better spot than most.
we gonna tell them?
About how Monk passed.
About how there's someone walking in his skin?
Like, sit back on one of the benches. Move back and think. Don't have a perfect solution. I mean, on one hand, it's, I suppose, maybe for some important to know, especially if they were planning on seeking him out, but on the other, the idea that your soul can be erased, that your skin can be paraded in, it's grotesque to me. I can only imagine what they would feel hearing that.
I don't think it's fair for them to have the chance of encountering it without knowing. I think that might be worse.
Do you wish to be the one to break the news?
I can.
Then I would not stop you.
Okay.
I suppose before we do the whole service and all, now that it's just the four of us here, is there any way we'd like to grieve? Send Monk off? I mean, man, like, pulls out a piece of, like, parchment paper. He's like, I have a few words written down that I'd prefer to share at the funeral itself, but, well, we haven't really talked a lot in the last few days. How are we all?
I don't know. I don't know how we didn't notice. I don't know how we couldn't do anything.
I have some things I'd like to say after the funeral.
Kirby?
I've been thinking about next steps. In particular, I've been thinking about the trials.
Mm-hmm. What of them?
Well, being just fully honest, I agreed to them because he wanted to do them. And thinking on them, I have been worried that it might be too soon. But I've also been thinking about our conversation with Utah,
Mm-hmm.
and I think with the trials and going forward, I really want to focus my attention on finding someone that can help with what I need help with.
Of course.
I think the trials and the sponsorships could be an avenue for that.
Yeah. Whatever we can do to help.
Yes. And frankly, I can't think of a much better way to honor his memory. Love those trials.
We also just need to get better. We need to work together better.
All right. Bring it in.
Alvar,
I'm not joking.
Alvar does kind of crack a smile. And he hasn't been for a while, so it's something. As he will. It's the most laziest hug he's ever given,
Yeah.
but it's a hug.
I'm on you too.
Will shuffle over.
Yeah, Snickers, you get in here too.
Darling comes in last.
As you give a nice hug. Would anyone like to do anything before the funeral?
I've got something I want to do right after the funeral.
Alright. Then let's cut to the funeral.
I think, like, I would have been giving updates to Abby, like, through sending, but I think when it's actually time, Leon would go visit in person.
Alright. You set up as much as you can. Using Percy is able to create an actual light source on the ceiling.
You remember the score?
Feels good.
I was thinking about it when you were talking about light, because I was like, I know Percy can cast light.
Percy, only light caster.
Percy's just standing on a rafter.
He's getting good practice in.
Percy comes over to you and says, like, which translates to, do you want me to lead the sermon?
Most lighthearted, we're gonna get all session, guys.
Yeah.
But the day does actually come where all of you go back to the Red Rabbit with what you've done to it.
Leon's wearing his traditional clothing now, not his newer stuff.
And you said you were going to go get Abby?
So we go in person to the inn and go grab Abby.
You head over to the Honey Drop, which is a quick and shocking vat of hot water you're thrown in compared to where you've been. And the loon side has been quiet. Working at the tavern has been quiet. Everything you have really been doing up until this point has been this nice quiet. And then you reach the Honey Drop, which is this loud, rapid tavern. Even at the early hours of the day you are traveling there, where everyone is excited, people are on stage singing, and it just seems shockingly different.
Leon, like, looks up to the sky, like, says to his mask, I see why you value silence so much.
You follow it, reaching eventually the area of the inn where he said he'd be at.
No, it's my turn to knock on the door.
You do so. Abby cracks open the door. Ah. Oh.
I know I've been keeping you updated through sending, but I figured, well, for this, I'd rather come in person. It's ready.
Makes sense. I'll be a minute. As he closes the door, you hear him say some words to his party. I will be leaving for a moment. I'll be back later. If I am not back in a few hours, go on to the arena and start our morning trainings. Even though we'll be starting a few hours late. You do not need me here today. And you hear like general like celebration, almost applause. And they're like, yeah, we're gonna get off easy today.
Like Leon, like hearing that is like slightly smirking, but he's definitely feeling sad at hearing the happiness.
He exits out once more. He has a small pack of clothes strewn on his side that he wanted to dress normal leaving. But I guess we shall go.
Yes, and you're certain you don't want to bring anyone else with?
They've already moved on. Reopening old wounds wouldn't help them.
It's your call to make.
I think that'll be it. As they start walking back, Leon, if you don't mind me asking, you're an aspect of Amal, right? Or in some way represent them.
I'd say so.
Did you have the name beforehand? Dylan went there, kind of just seemed you were set up for it.
It's a chosen name. Not uncommon for clerics who find faith later in life.
I see. Sorry. I'm just interested.
It's quite alright. Honestly, the regular conversation is it's a good change of pace for the last few days.
I can imagine. The conversations are hard. But we make our way through it, one step at a time. As eventually you do reach the tavern, Abby stops for a second at the entrance, now that your new fixed version of the sign hangs atop it.
An old favorite.
In a way. Did he tell you of this place?
He did. He had many good stories here. A few embarrassing ones too. But we won't go over those.
Not surprised he remembered the embarrassing ones. As they open the door, all of you are right there. Look. There are simple 4 chairs set out. The one that's still operational. I'll say there's actually a little bit more. You were expecting he might have brought people.
Yeah.
So there are 8 chairs, 2 rows of 4, and the altar, which is behind the bar.
I think Leon would ask that. I would assume we would have brought like something to commemorate Monk with, like some sort of physical object. I think Leon would ask for something like that. If anyone has it.
I only have the cloak. We were looking through his stuff. There's nothing sentimental.
I think he would ask for the cloak.
I think Alvor probably would have purchased one of the drinks he's seen him drink, one of the beers he's seen.
Did Monk still have an iron blood?
I don't think you did.
So
I
cool
have
to
it.
see Julian pull out the paper.
Oh yeah, this is the wrong one.
Yeah, I have it. You don't have it.
Mm.
I don't think you did.
I don't have anything to look either.
Might be the last one.
Signal whistles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm pretty sure the one
He
he
has it.
has
It's on him.
is on him.
Yeah.
I'm saying we all have our signal whistles.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would imagine Alvar's wearing his.
I didn't think he'd go out in the tavern. I second sober did one like this.
Alright then.
You see him looking around a little bit. I imagined, but I imagined there's nobody.
Afraid not.
Makes sense and such. Where shall be his ceremonial placing?
There's a outdoor space right over here if you wish to look at it.
He walks out. I'll say you guys set up something small
Yeah.
with some of the objects that you're using to commemorate.
Yeah.
Uh,
I figured we would bury like something.
Mm.
Wearing the cloak, I suppose.
He takes out a wand of web as he places it down the top of the area. I've never been to one of the mouse services. The certain practice I should uphold.
I would just have some words ready if you wish to speak. Typically, service of a mall expects, a peaceful goodbye. Not necessarily just mourning, but looking forward to what comes next. Every beginning comes from an end. Does that make sense?
Not for me to follow. Seeing the light side of the situation feels difficult. But I will try. As he takes a seat in one of the front foremost seats, he's not sure. Slash, is there going to be like a sermon, or is it just going to be words?
Given that this is a funeral for someone not of the faith, there will be no sermon.
Right?
Just simple, collective grievance.
I think Alvar would be playing appropriate music for times for people just to think and mourn.
The cloak, please, Charlie.
Charlie will hand over the cloak.
And we'll take the cloak, place it at the altar. He's going to pull out the piece of paper that he had before. He's going to look down at it, see just ritual cast ceremony on the cloak.
Yeah.
The funeral aspect of it won't actually do anything, but he's doing it for the ceremony of it.
Yeah. All of you feel a slight cooling embrace into the room. It feels nice, although it's slightly cold. As you do feel that at least some deity is with you at the moment.
As I perform this rite and close off this connection to the material, I have a few things written down here that I'd like to say. Thank you all for coming. We gather here today to celebrate the life and mourn the loss of our friend, Vanavara Vidaha Monk. Monk was a talented student and practitioner of magic, thanks in no small parts to his incredible intellect and drive to improve himself. Monk never stopped learning, never stopped bettering himself and his friends, both on the battlefield and off. He was always ready with words of encouragement and wisdom to make you feel valuable and teach you along the way. Monk was always there to celebrate every victory and regroup after every loss, never failing to speak what needed to be spoken and recognize what others could not. May his studious spirit continue to guide us whenever the need for his intelligence arises. Monk, vaya con Dios y descanse en paz. Now, if anyone else has any words to share, please step on up.
Either of you? Charlie will step up next then.
He's still standing there doing the ritual, but
Monk and I struggled to be close. I think we missed each other. Monk was so sad. He really was, and it was hard to see sometimes. But I feel like as long as I've known him, he's wanted something that's been out of reach. And as much as I wanted to try to give it to him, I think he needed something that we didn't have. I'm sorry, Monk. We could have done right by you. It might not matter for you anymore, but I'm going to try to do right next time. Thank you.
Elmer will step up. He pauses for a long time. I cared a lot for Monk. He was part of the party. I woke up every day. I saw him. I ate with him. I fought with him. I talked with him. I can't say can't say that we always agreed. But I can say that I did look for him for help quite a few times. And it's weird to not have that. And it makes me feel like I didn't really stop to think about he wanted. But I think we had good times. And I know I will not forget him. And I know I will not allow any of us to. Thank you.
Avi will eventually stand after a moment. May I? He walks to the front. Thank you all for inviting me here. I know that it must be difficult to hold this already, but it means a lot that you'd reach out to. But it's you and essentially a stranger. In my life and in my age, I have lost a fair bit. I lost my livelihood with my blacksmith. I lost my way home and my plane I resided on. But I've also gained a lot, and that makes me happy. But today I've lost something far greater than I have ever lost. And it hurts so much more than anything else. Today I lost the brother. Today I lost the man who would drink me under the table. I lost who I would fight side by side on, strategizing straight late into the night, ignoring the criticism of the fans. Flying boots for the fourth time, it's stupid, but no, it just worked. I lost those fun nights and dumb arguments on which spell is better. With obviously Firebolt, I am the fire guy. I've lost so much. But I know and I hope I can say for all of us that you're the party guy. You're the goofball. Even when you try not to be. So, for him, for you, Monk, I'll keep going. Even without you, I feel lost. He goes back to sitting. as time passes on, eventually the tune you play reaches its end, and Leon, you go up and end the rites. The ceremony has finished.
It is done. Now, our final send-off. We shall commit what remains here to the ground. Then we'll lead everyone to the back space, over to the burial site. I imagine we have the whole, like, pre-dug.
Yeah.
You will gently place the folded cloak on top of everything else in there. Farewell, monk. We all were lucky to have met you. And unless someone else says anything else they want to do, Lamb's gonna cover the hole.
The hole is covered. And the funeral ends. What would you like to do?
Thank you for coming, Avi.
Thank you for having me. And as I said, I'll continue to offer my support if you need it.
We'll see more of each other, I'm certain.
I'm sure. And then he takes his leave.
Albert thinks about telling him, but then he doesn't.
I think Leon's just kind of like kneeling by the burial site.
Alvar fully sits down.
Instead of traditional pose that you saw him actually during the tea ceremony. But
I think Herbie would say, I'm gonna go for a walk. I'll be back later.
Do you want to be alone?
Yes, please.
Okay.
be safe.
He'll nod as he leaves.
Anything you want to play on your walk?
I was going to have Herbie walk outside of the city into the forest just around. And he's going to collect some sticks, some like small sticks to weave together into like a small effigy, like a small humanoid figure. He's gonna put some rocks in like a little altar-like formation and place the effigy on top and burn it and say, "I'm sorry, monk." And just sit there alone as it burns.
You do so.
The funeral happened in the morning. I think Charlie has something planned for the evening.
It did happen in the morning. Time does pass. Eventually, the effigy finishes its burning, and Snickers holds on to you tightly, winding around your body, making sure you're okay during all this. And as it's done, it He picks you up and starts heading back. Are you guys staying at the tavern or heading back to the inn?
Probably staying at the location.
Time goes on, and although everyone's mood is still somber, it does eventually lighten slightly as you guys are able to talk about a little bit more pleasant memories here and there, recollect the good times you've had with Monk, etc. And although I know I'm throwing you guys into a little bit of tonal whiplash, that does how usually these types of things work. It's that you're going over several hours in a matter of minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sorry to rush the grieving process. The stories are being told, better times are being had.
I mean, I think it goes in and out. It's like you're
Yeah.
telling a happy story and then you start crying.
Yeah. I will say one of you, although you went to a nearby spot and picked up some food for some people, so you have a small meal ready for you guys. That will cost you 30 gold, but we're going to ignore that right now because that's you're sad.
30 gold, damn.
You're
Expensive
amazing.
meal.
It was a very expensive McDonald's. And
We would shell out for the funeral.
Yeah.
as you guys do eventually come back, Kirby does return. I would say it's reaching later in the day.
I think Leon has poured himself some water and pressed the digitate, flavored it like ale. So he can, in some sense, live out the tavern vibe. Also because he can't actually drown away his sadness.
The worst nightmare.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
I think
Flavor
Alvar
like beer. Flavor like beer.
has put on a much more, I mean, not crazy happy, but still a much more pleasant, less somber tune on his lyre.
Especially with the mouth, that is a celebration.
Yeah. This is if it was a normal funeral, this would be a good thing.
Which the tune is slowly elevating. Like I said, you do come back and Alvar's playing a more pleasant tune. It's just the four of you. But things are a little bit better. I will say it does not need to be used. But one large gaming set was also in the tavern when you arrived in it. Go ahead and roll me a d4.
Got you.
I've got a mahjong set, you know.
That's
You don't let anyone play it.
That's a
What
4.
do you mean? We play it. We can play it. You guys just don't know mahjong. I tried to teach you. I'm not very good
I
at it.
thought
teach
Charlie
Leon.
did teach Leon.
I did. You were fucking wasted and it did not work.
He tried.
There appears to be a inset table with multiple kind of like sticks sticking out of it, and there appears to be a kind of version of foosball, but a little bit longer and bigger.
Gods, look at this thing. Leon just like fiddles with it, like kind of makes the guys flick around.
You see as some of them flick around, their bodies slightly glow a little bit.
And they're glowing. How do people
Shit.
play this?
Was this tavern like really that bumping? It looks expensive.
It does look expensive. I mean, look how long this table is too. How am I supposed to
Do I know how to play this game?
cover both sides?
You can roll me history, but I will let you use a different stat if you think one's more relevant.
Clearly charisma.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say, about like performance.
I'll allow charisma at the game. So it's going to be charisma and then history, plus history.
Okay. Let's just plus 2. 30-20.
Charlie loves these shit out of Magic
You
Foosball.
do know the name of the game. It's called Dynamo. Dynamo is essentially as I kind of alluded to, a larger version of foosball that is designed to be 2-on-2 on each side. However, you do know if this dynamo table is functional, that many of the pieces have some magical qualities. In addition, you can grab both two of the corners of the table and stretched out to make it a 4x4 or 4 versus 4 or 8 versus 8.
Jesus.
Depending on the room size and as well as your ability. If it is still a functional table.
Oh wow, a dynamo table. Hold on, let me see if it.
Right? Usually you need a second person on the other end because
Leon,
it
get on
will
the
be
other side.
hard.
Just hold that corner still, okay?
Alright.
You do, as you kind of pull it back, go ahead and make me an athletics check.
17.
It is a little stuck, which is crazy because it's magic.
Yeah.
As you keep tugging
Leon,
a little
hold
bit,
still.
you feel like the magic kind of
Resist
like
this pull.
tugging a little bit, and you get a little chunk out, and then you like pull a little bit more, and eventually you do get into the 4 versus 4 player stage.
Wow,
Whoa.
look at that.
As more rods magically slide into their slot, as well as the more players get placed.
Well, I can understand why this section doesn't have any tables now.
Alright, we should put it back though if we're gonna play.
Oh.
Hold still.
Alright.
Because of your previous roll, you're able to put it away again.
Did it like get loosened up at all?
You got a little loosened.
Need some
You
grease.
rolled a dirty 20 before?
Spell
Yeah.
grease.
It's a magic
You're gonna go ahead and roll me 5 performance rolls. If at least 3 of them succeed, you are proficient in Dynamo. If all 5 succeed, you are expertise in Dynamo.
Performance?
Yeah.
Can I give a guy?
Alright, that's one down, one fail.
So you're not an expert.
I will count that 20 as 2 successes, so you can still possibly get it.
Okay, that's 13.
That will pass.
Okay.
One second.
Pass.
God damn it. That's a 6. Nat 20!
Alright, so you're at least proficient.
3.
If you get another net 20, you're an expert.
That is a 17.
You are
Yeah.
proficient.
4 successes.
So you are proficient in Dynamo. Dynamo is a game that can use sleight of hand or performance.
Write that down. It's a tool proficiency.
So you're teaching us how to play. Because I doubt... How classical is this game? This feels very not classical.
Dynamo is not a classic game.
Okay.
Dynamo is a very modern game played at modern bars. One of the things you know is that there are certain players on the map that are enchanted with some sort of magic. There's a standard rule set that the table comes with. However, there's also custom rule sets that people also often imbue certain players with different magical effects in order to do certain things.
How do you undo them?
So you can imbue them simply by casting a spell on them. However, you also know that there is a way to quickly set up the standard rule set, which is usually an arcane sigil at the bottom of the table.
Okay. I do that, but then I trigger some of them to have gross sensory effects with Druidcraft.
Alright? That works. You see that the...
That's my custom rule set. Gotta avoid those guys. It's less fun.
The stinkers.
You see
Those
that
are the stinkers.
those few of them start growing a little bit more, and it looks like any ball that would hit them might get a little bit softened, and it's a little bit overgrown with moss and pus.
Okay.
Meaning that there will be a less hardy hit from those.
Pus?
Gross.
Pus might not have been the best word.
Pus
What's the word that like flower shit?
Pollen?
Pollen, thank you.
That is nowhere
Buzz.
near
It
Buzz.
starts with a P.
I make mistakes.
I think I can just clean it off. Moss and pollen? Can I give it a good shine on my shirt?
No, that's the effect.
That's the effect.
Oh.
You did
You
this.
That's the gross effect.
What, the ball? Or no, the
The
players.
pieces. The
Oh,
pieces
okay.
are slightly mossy so that the ball will hit them softer.
Okay, I thought you meant the ball was gross.
So you kind of just made the game shittier.
No, I didn't.
Well, no, it makes certain players better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's certain players that are better.
And then I give one of them fire play.
And one of them's on fire.
But that's the boost hit.
In seeing this, can I see how to
No.
use the?
You're not proficient.
You're
Sorry.
not
Ah,
proficient,
damn.
you're unable to imbue the players.
It would also be really funny if touching the ward cleared any spells that were just cast as spells, But if someone had like a glyph of warding on one of the guys, that sticks around.
I've just
They
permanently fucked this
up
table.
one guy.
There's just like a glyph of warding fireball on one guy. Don't hit that guy.
Give me a few long rests in like 3 weeks.
There's been a lot of random game variants. This is the variant you played. It's a much slower version of the game, and the ball, when it hits one of the mossy players, does just kind of stop rather than like bounce off it.
Well, because the point is that those guys is sort of a dud, so it usually gives the ball to the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then there's the fire guy. The goalie is always the fire guy. Each person gets goalie fire guy.
And they hit pretty hard.
Yeah.
When you were setting up the game, I strategically, quote unquote, I just walked over to your side so that I'd be on your team.
All right, I start explaining the rules, and I point out, and the goalies are double points because they're on fire.
Double points. I thought the points were from getting it in the goal.
Yes, I'm saying goalies score 2 points.
Oh, so you're saying if I hit with the goalie into the goal, then it's double points?
Yes.
Oh. No.
Okay.
I feel like most of my goals in foosball are with the goalie.
Yeah.
But this is a much bigger board.
Fair.
Yeah, there's a much bigger version of football.
Like you're clearing a lot of fucking
Ground.
a lot of fucking ground.
If you did do that, you fucking earned it.
Yeah.
Or you're facing an actual baby.
So we'll play some football. Everyone can roll either sleight of hand or performance. Because you are proficient in this, you're going to add. Are you proficient in sleight of hand or performance?
In neither.
All right, then you're just going to add your proficiency bonus.
Okay.
You're also going to get additional +2 because these are your custom rolls that only you know.
Yo!
I'm casting guidance on myself.
But I am still rolling sleight of hand or performance.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a 16.
I got a 24.
I got an 8.
Damn it, Herbie!
Herbie at the table like this, brother. What do you want him to
Wait,
do?
isn't he blind?
He's blind and he can't see the
He's
table.
blind, short, and depressed. Give him a break.
Okay, well I had a lot of bonuses and I still only got 11, so you know.
I mean,
what
they
was
had a
it?
higher
16.
total than them.
We still
25 versus what's yours?
I had 24 on my roll.
So
Yeah,
it's 27 to 32.
You guys
Goddamn.
are higher.
Let's
It's
go! I'm
Leon,
working
just
so
Leon.
fucking hard.
It's just Leon.
Leon, you figure out
Nobody
that
can't
hey,
see what's
the,
happening.
the fiery one is worth 2 points. So what if I just exclusively go for that one?
I just keep looking over Herbie. I'm like, pass it to me. Pass it to me.
I roll a 4.
So you guys play some football. Dynamo. You see.
Roll again.
You
We're playing
see
again.
a small little magical display kind of appear at the corner of the table. It does kind of fizzle in and out from time to time, as this table is a little bit more run
Oh,
down.
let me just.
It stays on longer. Certain players with magical effects, they don't activate, even though you imbue them. The table is a little bit run down.
I throw like minor hissy fit. Like, no! That ball wasn't going. I hit it with the goalie. It wasn't going fast.
Double points again.
That's why I did so bad. It's like
That's why you did so bad.
That's what Charlie says.
Leave the table.
Charlie, you're pretty sure you know the table's broken, the ground's a little unlevel.
My hooves are
Your
tired.
hooves are tired.
The table didn't go all the way back in.
Herbie can't see, which is actually an advantage, because if you could see this bullshit, that would be bad.
Okay, did Herbie score any goals?
Herbie, roll me a d20.
Dude, I got you. Do I add anything or just raw d20?
You can add your dex.
Wow,
Okay.
hesitation.
That's how, like,
give him the
pity.
dex. Don't give him the dex.
Alright, that's gonna be a 22.
You
Crack shot Herbie!
Crack shot!
Back shot.
You did.
No way. It was off a bogus bounce.
You hit the like 3 goals. I'll give you 3.
Let's go.
Damn.
Why are you guys doing better than us?
Just blind shotting.
Yeah.
Not true.
You are doing the equivalent of spinning that shit.
Yeah. I imagine Leon's just super playing the support, just passing the ball to Herbie, who's
Herbie's
fucking
just down here going.
Yeah. It's just constantly.
It's poor sportsmanship.
Hey, we won! Good job, Herbie.
Why are you looking at me?
Thank
Playing
you.
again.
I did. Okay, alright. We'll play again.
No buttons right now.
Oh, okay.
Alright, then put on fucking music. But, yep. the night goes pretty well, and you guys do play some games of Dynamo, and overall it starts to feel slightly better. And a few smiles that you mentioned, which is always nice. But eventually, you guys eat some food, the game of Dynamo, you guys probably play like 2-3 games. Does eventually slow down, and now what would you guys be doing?
Let's go back to the inn. I have something I want to say.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
We get Percy down from the rafters.
You can stop casting light now. It was very appreciated, but we're leaving now.
I give him a treat.
What treat do you have?
It's probably
He's a
some of my
driftwood.
rations.
Treats of driftwood. Alvar went to the
I'm
fucking
so glad I asked. I'm so glad I asked. What the fuck? What do you mean?
What do you mean? It's a piece of fucking driftwood. How many more do you need?
Alvar went to the docks specifically to grab this shitty piece of driftwood to feed Percy with.
Percy loves that shit.
Negative nutritional value.
Yeah.
Yum.
Negative enjoyment.
Just a waste of calories.
He's on a diet.
There are no calories. It's a piece of driftwood.
Yeah.
All of the calories got washed out in the
That's
ocean.
what
You
I'm
lose
saying.
calories as you process it.
Yeah.
He's on a diet. It's helps him lose weight.
Crunchy.
My diet of eating poison, so I throw up to lose
No.
weight.
Fuck you. I gave him some, like, peanuts.
Piece of
or something.
driftwood.
Some piece of driftwood, yeah.
No.
You give him some nuts, and he goes, "What the hell? Where's my driftwood?"
Well, I can understand them, so
No, I said that in perfect English.
Here he goes
Not
again.
Not common English.
Yeah,
Or not Eladrin English.
Just English.
Okay, Tom.
Well, yeah, we still wouldn't understand it.
You guys go back to the inn.
Dude,
Alright,
imagine
guys,
if
I'm about to
Phantom
bring the
was
mood
just
way down,
English.
so enjoy this shit.
Don't remove. Back to sadness.
Back to for realsies. We head
I'm
over.
gonna go piss first.
Damn it, Leon! What the fuck? You should have pissed my
Leon's
ass
been
with
drinking too
tavern.
much ale-flavored water.
I'm gonna wait.
Bastard.
Everyone stop smiling.
I'm so happy with Dynamo.
Good job.
I'm glad this was the introduction of it.
I'm
I
glad.
looked up big table game and I scrolled down for like 2 seconds. I saw a foosball table. I'm like, ooh, that works. I clicked on it and the brand name was Dynamo Big D Foosball. And I said, damn.
Big foosball.
That's the name now. I'm
There
like,
it is.
I
foosball.
I saw Dynamo. I'm like, that's the name of the game. I saw Big. I'm like, that's how it's gonna be a big table. And then I saw Foosball. I'm like, it's Foosball.
Jesus fucking Christ.
There it is.
You're a
I
brilliant
gotta-
mind.
I gotta say, coming into the session all sad, and I'm wearing Born to Frog.
I have been looking at it.
Yeah, Born to Frog, Force the Job shirt.
You're a bunch of grog.
I felt very whimsical this morning.
I don't know why.
Because I had a good sleep.
I did not. I felt full of dread and pain.
I'm sorry.
You really set me up for it actually last
Oh
night.
my god. All I did was take off the blanket.
Why the fuck
Yeah, I
did you
think
take
I
off the
slept like
blanket?
Because he was sleeping on the
3 hours
couch,
last
and I
night.
said no sleeping on the
I didn't fall
couch.
asleep on the couch. I was vibing on the couch.
He was high, and he was definitely going to fall asleep on the
I
couch
wasn't
if I
high.
didn't get his ass into
We
bed.
can't prove
I
that.
think I'm leaving. It.
Let's do a vibe check for Jack.
Let me do vibe.
Or, no, fit check. We've already got a fit check from Cam.
I'm wearing Charlie.
You're wearing Charlie. You're wearing Monk.
I'm wearing a sweatshirt that literally has Monk on it.
So that's very
Custom-
different. That's very
custom
different for
shirt.
me. I'm wearing
Yeah.
Charlie's outfit.
He's haunting the narrative as we speak.
I'm cosplaying.
Maybe it's just me. It's getting
Shut the fuck
a little hot in here.
Let me look at this.
Let me take this off.
Oh my god.
Oh
Oh my
God,
god. It's the fucking clam shirt.
God, if only.
Oh my god. It's
Oh my
more
god.
fun.
He's so peak.
Audio listeners love you to death. Sam's really hot.
No explanations, just
Audio listeners love you to death. Underneath the Monk print.
More
on
Monk
the
print.
sweatshirt. There's a Monk print shirt.
Yeah.
Also,
Sorry,
Caleb wearing a
streamers.
drunken clam shirt.
Sorry, streamers. No merch.
No merch.
We don't
No
have
merch.
merch.
no merch.
This is homemade
I
merch
did
for
merch.
us.
However, we can make merch for you if you go to Patreon.
Go to Patreon.com/space.
No, no, no. No.
So this.
You could get the OSP for 690 of money.
Alright, Emma, you ready to bring down the mood?
Alright.
Oh, fuck.
No, we'll lock in.
No, I know you will. I know you will. I know you will. I know you will.
I will bring
Shut the
you
fuck up.
back to the. What the fuck was that?
What
Oh, true.
happened? What the fuck?
It's Monk.
Oh shit, he's
You're not
back.
helping the mood come down.
The
I
scream.
know.
That sounded sad.
Let Sam grieve how he wants to grieve.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he doesn't get to play today.
That's true. We were making Sam sit here and watch us play games.
Okay. You guys realize.
I am very thankful for
Well,
you all.
yeah.
That came out sounding sarcastic. That was not sarcastic.
Yeah.
I do genuinely appreciate everything you all said. I appreciate you went to the length of writing a speech, Caleb.
That's why I was looking up eulogies last night. Oh, wait, you guys weren't there when I was talking about
You
that.
messed up what Google thinks your life is like right now.
What's that?
You messed up what Google thinks your life is like right now.
Oh, yeah.
I guess so,
Okay,
yeah.
like, this guy had someone die? Why didn't we hear about it?
I've had recent experience, so I'm in the mood. I was thinking about telling that joke or not. But I was like, I'll let it go. I'll let it ride.
You went for it. You went
Slammed
for
it
it.
right
I did go for it.
Alright, Emma, we're ready.
Okay. Am I ready?
Bring it back down.
I have some things I'd like to say. I would like to cast Zone of Truth, if everyone's okay with that.
Sure.
Ruby, are you okay with that?
He nods.
Probably will cast Zone of Truth.
The room illuminates with the symbol of Rujard being on the four walls of it. All of you, presumably you bail willingly under the effect of the truth.
Hilarious. You guys were like, oh.
Oh, I used my +4 saving throw and charisma saving.
I knew Monk was struggling. I was talking about it with Rujar, and Rujar told me that Monk was misusing his magic, and I didn't know how to confront Monk about it. Rujar told me that Monk needed a friend, and I wasn't a very good friend to Monk because I was not able to be vulnerable with him. I was afraid of being vulnerable with Monk, and Monk paid for that. I'm sorry that I wasn't there with you guys. I wish I had been. I wish I had helped you. But I want to be here for you guys in a way that I wasn't able to be here for Monk. And so I'd like to tell you guys something. My name is Charlie Sprucenip. I don't think we know each other very well. I grew up in Noshu with my mother. She ran a shop, and I worked there when I was younger. I got very involved in the local community, and when my mother started getting sick and we needed another source of income besides the shop, I joined the local guild chapter because I liked doing things for my community. I went through basic training, and after that I was assigned to a team that would do missions outside of the city and sometimes outside of Yellow territory. I didn't always like going on those missions. I was placed with an older team of people that were a lot more familiar with each other, and I didn't always connect with them well, but I trusted them, and I thought they were good at their jobs. One day we got a mission to steal something from a powerful fae in the Greenhawks territory. And my team didn't want to fight them. And so they told me to distract the fae while they stole the thing, and then they would come back and get me. And they did not come back to get me. And I have Charlie she's been kind of looking down as she's been saying all of this, but she kind of looks up and makes skittering eye contact with all of you. I have been living with a curse for the past 6 years from that encounter. The Fae figured out that I was lying to them, and so they made it so that I couldn't lie to anyone anymore. I start to bleed out of my mouth when I lie. And I've been looking for a way to not be cursed. That's why I started adventuring. I hope that it makes it hard to talk about things sometimes when people know that they can make you tell the truth. And I was hiding things from you guys. And I was hiding things from Monk because I didn't want you guys to know. And it's too late for me to tell Monk that. But I have something to tell you, Herbie. Multiple weeks ago, you told us about an encounter that you had with a fae called Dream. And you told us that you were looking for certain things. And you told us you were looking for the Cursebound. And I didn't say anything because I was afraid, but that's not fair to you. I think I might be the Cursebound, and I think I can help you. And I want to help you.
I think I need your help. There's gonna be like tears in his eyes. He's gonna start tearing up. I think he'd walk over and like hug you.
Yeah. Charlie will give you a big hug back. I'm gonna help you.
Thank you.
I'm very happy you shared, Charlie. I know it was hard.
Charlie nods. She's still hugging Herbie though.
I think Alva's gonna walk up, kind of place a hand on your shoulder while you're hugging Herbie. It wasn't your fault that you weren't there. And I don't blame you. Thank you for telling us. I hope I can prove that the trust that you gave us is worthwhile.
Charlie nods.
As the hand is placed and the hug transpires, the glowing of the room glows slightly brighter, as with the kind of unity and conversation between you. Charlie, you feel this bright presence be brought around you as you gain your aura. Your aura does have a small additional effect on top of your normal aura. While someone is restrained by you, in this aura, they are forced to tell the truth. You will also be gaining later features that you don't have yet that allow you to restrain creatures.
Let's go.
Taunt in this standard does count. Though it's not restrained if a creature is taunted by you in your aura.
That's really cool. Charlie will sit back from hugging Herbie and just say, if there's anything you guys feel comfortable sharing.
I have some words, but I don't mean to take away from anyone else if you two feel the need to share anything.
Nothing earth-shattering. I don't have something big to say, but since we're already in this zone, I care a lot about you guys. And I care a lot about us as a group. And I do have selfish reasons for wanting to be stronger and better. But it doesn't change the fact that I want to do that with you guys by my side.
I just want to say thank you to all of you for everything.
I suppose in regards to that, I've talked to death where I come from to all of you already, but there's one little piece that I never really shared. Not long after my parents had died. See, up to that point, I had been devoted to Solace, truly, in my heart. I believed everything about the mission I carried forth, and didn't always love it, but I always felt it was right. And I always carried it through, but things changed when my parents drowned at sea. I held such immense power of life, resurrection, and, well, to be frank, when I tried to command those powers, reach over a little bit past what I was granted, Solus told me no. And I think that might be the moment that sent me spiraling. To sit at their funeral, to watch them go away, to see the Empress of Light come to my country and say her niceties and do nothing. I was enraged. I was filled with mourning. When I went out to sea and went in the waters, I figured, I was surrounded by death already anyway. But having met you all, having heard your affliction, Charlie, having heard of the curse on your father, Herbie, having failed to see things through with Monk and to fix him, I know I could have. I had the power and I could have, but I no longer did. Monk and I talked a little bit about that before he passed. And he asked if I regret giving it all up, and I told him no. And I thought I meant it, but I can't help but feel now that perhaps I was selfish, and I'm sorry to all of you.
You don't have to be sorry for that.
I just wish I still could do something. Still haunted by what I could not do. But we'll find a way.
Leon really believes that?
We'll get better. I'll make us better. Even if I have to drag you guys kicking and screaming to the training grounds.
You practically do already anyway.
And now all of you. No one gets left behind.
Alright. Does anyone have anything else they'd like to say in the zone of truth?
Nope.
Nope.
If not, it's been well over 10 minutes in real time, so the spell's going out.
Woodrow was letting it hang on a little extra.
Totally finish
I
up.
got you, Charlie.
This shit's draining on me! You all go to bed? Is there anything any of you would like to do this night before our bio break?
Just prayer. If Amal wants to say something.
Now's not the time.
No.
Nothing relevant.
I think Albert, before going to bed, would just let you guys know that he wants to go visit his mom one-on-one tomorrow.
Alright. If we're not doing anything, we'll take our bio break!
We gotta elevate it so we can have our bio break and not be depressed then.
I'm depressed over my bio break.
Alright. Bye, stream. We'll be back. We are back from lunch. What?
I said, but Sam's not here.
Sam doesn't need to be here.
Sam's so critical.
Sam's getting a little blinky.
You can blink
Julian
it.
did actually ask me if I was going to show up to session at all.
I did! I didn't know!
Bro's gonna miss his own funeral.
I did tell him, like,
Most people do.
Yeah.
I mean, they're there.
I did tell him, like, dead ass man, I'm not sure if I'm gonna have a single thing for you to do.
Yeah.
If you don't want to come, you don't have to.
Hey, he's already experienced in this, remember?
Yeah. I was saying earlier, this is the second time that I've been to a character's funeral in session, and also the second time where I've had a session where I just don't play anything because the character's dead.
But, notably,
But different
two
sessions.
separate, those are separate instances. This
Yeah.
is the only instance where those align.
One time it was Nikita attending Ruby's funeral,
Yep.
and one time it was Lou.
Yeah,
Just watching
Yep.
us go fucking insane and then getting a TPK.
you can do it.
Not TPK.
It was a fucking TPK in all ways that mattered.
Yeah.
The party died. You didn't, but the party did.
Alright, we
That
are
was
back.
nice.
We are back and live. Alright. So we are back. I'm gonna pause for a second so I have an audio cue to listen to. We're back!
Nice.
And now we are going to cover the rest of the themes that we want to cover this session. As we kind of alluded to in the first half, this second half of the session is probably going to be shorter, and this session as a whole is probably going to be shorter. So, Alvar, I believe you want to go talk to someone.
Yep. I
So
want to go.
let me set something up for that really quick.
I'm gonna find my mother.
Yep.
She's probably in her shop.
I did say she would be in her stand outside. And
Is it a stand or a shop?
it's a stand. It's a pop-up shop because she doesn't work here permanently.
Cool.
Their name is... Why am I bringing them up there?
Verve?
What?
Verve?
Verve?
You're making me. I feel like I'm second guessing myself. I'm pretty sure that's it.
I believe
It's
so.
Holy shit, I'm rolling
Oh,
out of the
damn.
sky.
Sorry, I don't know.
Damn.
Immediately changed to
No, you know
I
everything.
got
You know it all.
I am
Oh,
psychic.
that was above like 15 though. That was wrong.
Oh, Herbie! Get the fuck out of there!
I'm sorry.
Alright, well, Verve up.
Yeah.
You arrive to your mom's shop. You see that there is a decent amount of foot traffic right now. It's still not the arcane games. It's not like full. During the arcane games, you'd probably struggle to even get meeting with your mom, and she'll be very busy. But there's still a decent amount of people looking at her wares. Many people are looking at it and being like, wow, this is really cool, and then looking at the prices and going, whoa.
Yeah. To bring over here.
You see that she's like very casually talking to a customer before she looks over, catches you in her eyes, and her demeanor changes to still be happy but a little bit more serious.
Mm-hmm.
We're making it harder for this customer.
I'm going to just a light wave as I'm gonna wait for her stall to get quieter.
Eventually, a little bit of time passes. It does get a little bit quieter. There's still like 2 people in the shop looking at wares, but she's not really tending to them at the moment.
Okay. I'm gonna.
Can I help you with something?
Yeah. I know you're probably busy right now, but if you get the chance, I would like to talk with you.
Of course. It's about midday. She makes some motion, then basically the shop is closed down for lunch. It takes around 10 minutes to set that up, but it's all closed up. What do you need?
I guess I just came by to talk. I wanted to talk about my party.
Yeah, I had the pleasure of meeting them about a few days ago. They seemed lovely.
Yeah. I'm gonna find like a surface area that doesn't really have a lot of stuff out.
Okay, there's basically the sand right in front of her.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna like. It's my mom. She can tell. I like quickly pull out the map that I've been making as we gone across our journey, and as I'm laying it out, she can probably tell that my hands are shaking a bit as I lay it out.
Is everything alright?
I mean,
However, if something's wrong, we can talk about it. And she calmly puts her hand on yours to kind of stop it from shaking.
There was a guy you didn't get to meet. I don't think he didn't come. His name is Monk. He was an Allen, and yeah, I don't think you met him.
Okay.
And I mean, he's been on our journey pretty much this whole time, and I mean, he's been here since, as I like kind of point at the beginning of our journey back in the line between the Orange Hounds and the Red Knights. I was like, I actually found him. We found him at an inn one time. Me, Herbie, and Leon. We had gotten in a bit of some trouble. Some people were being rude, disrespectful and stuff, and got into a brawl a bit and helped us a bit there. Showed us how to properly bar fight.
If something's wrong, what happened?
Mama, he's gone.
Oh. She grabbed your hand a little bit tighter and you feel it slightly pull. She does quickly move around the aisle and quickly grab you as a hug. Oh. I see. It's okay. It's okay, my darling. It's all going to be okay.
I couldn't do anything.
No. It's okay. These things happen.
But
Things are hard.
I couldn't. A couple nights ago, we went. He was outside the city, and there was something wrong, and I couldn't do anything. I was the most useless person there.
Holly, don't say that. Things are strange. I don't know what happened, but if this was truly a bout that ended an adventure you speak so highly of, it was difficult and challenging, and there's nothing better you could have done than your best. Did you do your best?
Yeah.
And that's all you can do. You did great. And I'm sure in another life he'll remember you for that.
Is it always like this?
Death?
The legends.
Legends have hardships. I have never read or heard of a legend that has not faced difficulty. Whether it's in self or others or otherwise, there's always roadblocks and there's always difficulties that we have to overcome. And sometimes they hurt. Hurt a lot. And sometimes it'll take time to get over it. But legends, as you kind of like lift up your chin slightly, legends always keep their heads up. It'll hurt them, you'll cry, but in the end you'll pick your head back up and keep moving. It doesn't have to be today. It doesn't have to be tomorrow. But you will. But for now, your head can rest here. As she continues holding you in a hug.
Thank you, Mama. Can I stay here and tell you about him?
Yes, of course. Lunda, how about I go pick up some... We have to have like corn dogs or something. We'll have a nice meal and then have a nice meal.
Thank you, Mama.
She goes, picks up some corn dogs, and you guys do chat.
I basically retell her everything that we've done, following the trail on the map until we get to Silverwind.
She listens. At that. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No.
Have you spent? And with that, is there anything anyone would like to do before the sponsors next session that is relevant to this one? I will give you an opportunity to do things before the sponsors next session.
I mean, Charlie is, of course, like periodically praying over this period.
Yeah.
And I think she would ask if there's any, like, specific rights that Rujar holds for past loved ones.
We can play that out actually. We'll just keep the background until we need to change it. So you pray. You connect with Rujar. You've been running a lot recently. He'd already gone through a lot of the things where he's tried comforting you, walking you through things. He's been with you every step of the way.
Yeah.
Whether verbally or non-verbally, just with symbols of light. But you call him once more. Ring ring. He picks up. Charlie! Are you doing a little better today?
I think so.
That's great. Every step's helpful. It's like my old mentor meant to say, every step forward is a step forward. He wasn't a wise man with words, but he had good sentiments. Shut up! Sorry, that was not for you. There was another prayer. There's a lot of worshippers in this town, and try to focus on one. Try to focus on my cha-cha. Alright. What is the matter?
Well, we did funeral rites for Monk following the Church of Amaleon led us. I was wondering if you knew that your church had any ways to honor loved ones.
The hard question. Let me think. Yes and no ish. The answer's convoluted. I have a lot of worshippers in Silverwind. Many of them follow more Solarian tradition. And associate me being close to souls because of all the things they do. So they have a very Solarian idea of how my after funeral rites may work. However, I know the position of Solarian traditions within your group, and I do have other rites that also, but they're harder for me to think about given current circumstances. We are very close, many other worshippers, and sometimes that clouds my mind a little. Give me a second. He's going to roll history. Oh no, he's going to roll religion! Mechanic overlap!
Whoa.
Burial is always a part of it, but to my recollection, you have no body to represent, but that's fine. One of the things that we typically do is provide a small enclosure. Less of a gravestone, more like a small tomb. Meant to represent a small house. Now, I understand that that may be difficult, especially with the property you are leasing. That'd be typical tradition. Those who are unable to be given one, such as on the battlefield, would usually inscribe them quickly with one of our signs. But that's pretty much it. Also, due to your interesting way of becoming my paladin, I don't think you're ever even taught on how to make those signs. We should work on that. But those would be the main things. If you want to know the more Solari tradition, I can tell you, but like I said, I don't think other people would vibe with that as much.
Leo doesn't have to be around for it.
More Solari traditions speak more ill of death as a concept. I think it gets more of a evil to this world, and you would probably treat your friend's passing as a great disservice to him and a cruelty to this world. It'd be something we wouldn't outright ridicule, but use it as an opportunity to demonize death. Not the most peaceful thing, but it's what the large tradition usually represents. Funerals are less a time to honor the person and more a time to recall what they did in life and demean now that death has had them. Not demean them, demean the concept of death. So it's still a celebration, in a way. You celebrate their life, and only their life. And not much else. You demonize the rest.
You don't sound like you like these traditions very much.
They are Solari in nature, and although Solith is my... Ooh. Solith is a god here, that I associate with a lot. Some of the traditions do pass on to me as well. I don't like fully demonizing death, especially as I've grown to know her. She's quite lovely. But worshipping life is still a good thing I abide by. Ugh, gosh. Sorry. They are loud.
Thank you. I think I have some ideas.
Great. Glad I could help. Goodbye, Charlie.
Goodbye. And I don't think I'm going to play anything out right now, but I think I will think and maybe have some small scenes later.
Sure. In that case, does anyone else want to play anything out right now?
Yeah, something small with Charlie. Really brief.
Alright. Hey, leave up to the scene.
Charlie, if I call you at a bad time.
No.
Great. Listen, I know I was being a little forward the other night about wanting to delve into religious matters with you. Pardon my passion. But I think after the conversation we had last night, it dawned on me why. I used to be a leader. I used to be very steeped in community, and here in Silverwood I don't have that.
Charlie nods.
So I guess to cut to the chase, I can't help you with your specific practices or learning what your church demands, but above many other clerics and paladins, I have a lifetime of pure devotion behind me. And I know that you've talked at length about wanting to find yourself in a role under Rujar. Is that still true?
Charlie's gonna sit down on her bed, her floor bed, I suppose. Just a bedroll out on floor. I didn't mention it in the truth circle because it wasn't particularly the important part. But I think it will be important to you. Charlie, just gonna pat the seat next to her.
Sit down.
I didn't become a paladin in a normal way. I don't know if there's another paladin like me out there. I didn't really choose to be a paladin. I don't have the will of one. I have a paladin uses their will to connect to a god. I don't have the will to connect to Rujar. It's sort of the will of my curse, I suppose. The way I was cursed to be a paladin. And so it's something I grappled with for a long time. But it's something I'm still learning about, learning how to be a paladin. I've decided to try to become a better one, at the very least. But I do want to go to churches and meet other followers and hear from them, I suppose, but despite the fact that my God is a God of community, my relationship with him has always been very personal in a way that I think is unique from other religious folks. I didn't learn how to be religious from a religious person. I learned how to be religious from Rujar. And while I don't scoff religious teachings, I think that religion is personal in a sense to me that it isn't for many others.
You know, Charlie, I think that personal touch, that may just be what makes you such a strong paladin. I mean, I'm sure you're well aware, but paladins don't have to be charged to any god. My sister is one of the strongest I've ever known, and her oath declares protection over gods alone, no deities. But I recall you saying something to the sentiment of wanting to live up to the lot you've been assigned. And I'm not trying to convert you or anything. Frankly, I'm not sure Amal would be a great fit for you. But you will not find very many people more experienced in faith than I am. And It would bring me great pleasure to share that with you. That's all I really meant. Thanks for listening. I'll let you get back to what you were doing.
Alright. And that. Is there any other thing anyone would like to do this session? If not, that will end session 5 of the Red Generation! Woo! I already gave the description to the players outside, but I will give it to the people listening as well. Next session is going to take place probably a week after. If you are hard paying attention to the timeline, you may notice some problems with that. It's okay, we're going to kind of ignore that, and the timeline will be fine, trust me. Mainly because Monk's death was a little unexpected, and this session was also a little unexpected. But I hope you enjoyed this session, and we will see you next time. Bye!
Bye.